Hello, this is Warband NA. I'm your host, Mad Dog,
And I am your co-host, Blak.
and this is Warband NA, as already stated. What's happening, guys? Coming at you tonight, bringing you a great match, BKS WK. Highly anticipated match. Both of these teams are vying for their position in the Final Four. I like the fact that we have four teams going in. Honestly, it's making this push like really important, don't you think?
Yes, definitely. Especially like in our circumstance, we kind of need West Knights to win for us to even have a chance at playoffs. So there's a lot of it's making the late games definitely very interesting because not everybody's getting in, only a select few, and it's becoming really cutthroat down the stretch. And by us, I mean Valiant.
Yeah, don't worry about that, Blak. Come on. We're gonna talk about this match completely unbiased. Wishing both teams the best of luck. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But
Oh,
now a couple of playmakers for both teams coming in. Got a roster image for you.
there's definitely a plethora of skilled Cav players in this matchup. If an open map is chosen, definitely some very interesting Cav engagements. Arguably the top two, as far as overall Cav play, are at it tonight. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the Horsemen go at it.
And that's kind of the thing. I think Cav and range is really the strength of both of these teams. I definitely am foreseeing a very even match. Should be a really great match. I'm really looking forward to it. A couple of players coming in for BKS. Of course, we got Raid at the helm. He's their main caller. Great at most classes. Vanadar, awesome on Cav. Tyrion, rock solid Cav, rock solid infantry. Wrap it up, Harn and Fredigern are their range units. And gotta mention Harn. African, and Joe, of course.
A very deep roster, and now that they've got a lot of matches under their belt, they're really starting to take form, and their depth is really starting to become something quite scary, especially when they're all there at their game.
That's kind of the thing. Every one of those players is a playmaker for BKS. WK, we got Wiley Sly at the helm, lead caller. Good Cav, strong Cav. Calamity, awesome on Cav, awesome on foot. Gellen's a strong Cav as well. PPK, very much an all-around kind of guy. Lagstro, gonna wrap up their range with Achilles on there. And even our co-streamer Kratok might be in the match, and we'll find that out as soon as we get in the actual server.
Craddock, of course, very skilled at holding up his shield and not dying.
Exactly.
His right click and his S key are very strong.
I think he actually looks for keyboards just based on the longevity of the S key and mouses for the right click.
One thing to all right, there we go. One thing to definitely take note is West Knights are actually down on Archer because of the whole Ranger situation. If you do not know what is going on there, then you need to log into the forums more often.
You don't need to know. We're not worried about that either, Blak. Hey, Blak, why don't you bring up more on the fence stuff so we can talk about it?
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought it was very relevant.
All right. Well, that's great. Looking at the duel coming up, I would imagine PPK is definitely going to be WK's dueler. I'm just excited we're now in the server. This is great. Thank you, Raid, for providing the server pass to WK Central.
I think the story kind of maybe a little bit adverse as far as how the season's gone for both teams. West Knights kind of started out as the near unanimous #1 team, and they did drop a game to, what was that, TMW, a pretty decisive game.
Yep.
So they're definitely looking very strong. I wouldn't say that they're on a downward slope, but they did finally show some mortality against TMW. And BKS kind of on the opposite end, starting out the season really slow, trying to knock off a lot of rust, and now they're starting to take form and become the BKS of old.
Yeah, I think BKS is definitely looking to prove that throughout the tournament that they, quote unquote, have made the comeback, that they are still the same team that we remember from a year ago, year and a half, whatever it was, and that that they're definitely still a very viable competitive team, which I believe they are.
I'm guessing when the duel finally goes down and a winner is decided, I'm assuming an open map is going to come out, but which should definitely be the highlight of the match, because these guys are both incredibly loaded for fielding a roster that can play well on open maps.
Well, I think the interesting thing here is that BKS was one of the teams that kind of made that whole plains strategy viable, and really what it did was it created a kind of a vacuum that pulled a lot of teams into becoming good at that themselves, which I think created a lot of good cav, a lot of good ranged, and really a lot of that open plains dynamic. Looks like the spectators' spec spot has just been filled with everyone as we anticipate the duel.
So it looks like Raid and PPK are about to go at it. Only lingering question at this point is if Raid is gonna. Nope. I was wondering if he was gonna go naked with the arming cap. Did not happen. He's got his tryhard pants on.
This is a sad day. And they're right at it. Some quick feints by PPK, blocked by Raid. I went for the stab, but PPK coming in with the side swing, getting the one shot.
PPK definitely has won a lot of duels for West Knight this UNAC season. I don't know if he's lost yet, has he?
Not actually sure. I think he might have lost him in their match with GA. I'm pretty sure he did, actually.
Got a little circling going around here.
The long hold. If you're gonna hold it, at least make it a good hold. And PPK with the stab as Raid makes the jump overhead. And PPK takes it 2-0.
I'm curious. I think I'm positive if BKS had won the duel, they'd be going open, but West Knights, not sure what they'd do here.
Well,
I think they have to consider a closed map.
Yeah, the options for this week as far as open go are random plains or River Valley. So, so with West Knights winning the duel, I would say that hopefully we'll see random. I think it's been gosh, looking for words here. Words are good.
Use your words, Mad Dog.
All right. I learned them so long ago, because of the age, that it's hard to find them sometimes. Reverend Village and Solus are the mixed maps, which I think are both viable options.
Yes, you have the you kind of have the whole being able to pick both maps. Actually, have we revised the rule change, or is it still team that picks random planes gets both maps after factions and swaps?
I'm just going to go ahead and say yes, Blak. Because I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
Well, you remember back in Nasty, the random planes, person who chose random planes got to pick the first map, and at the faction swap, got to pick the second map, like, for the first half.
Right,
Is that still
right.
the case?
No.
Okay,
All right,
so
we have a map. Thank you for that history lesson, Blak. We got a map. We got Reverend Village, chosen by WK. They're going to take top spawn. Raid has chosen faction Nords, so BKS starting out at Nords. I'm thinking maybe Swadia coming from WK. That's a good possibility.
I think Swati or Rodox are your best bet. Nobody else can really, I think, stand up to Nords. The map's not quite open enough to really go anything else to try and counter Nords.
Yeah, I think with Serenade and Vaegir, you're more leveraging off your Cav, and you're right. There's just too much cover to try and do that with Reverend Village.
But hopefully we'll find out soon. I'm trying to prompt the crowd for some predictions.
Just giving the people what they're looking for.
Yep. That's what I'm trying to do.
I know. I'm looking forward too. I'll race you, Blak.
I finally got Juvy's attention. Maybe Juvy will chip in and help me out. But anyway, should be starting in mere moments.
Let's see. And WK has chosen Vaegir, so it's going to be Nord Vaegir on Reverend Village.
So it's going to be really tricky for West Knights because, I mean, Vaegirs have decent infantry, but with the recent nerfs of the patch, I don't expect them to hold up in prolonged engagements with Nords for too long. So they're going to have to work their cav in and their ranged in somehow. Not very much room for error. Whereas Nords definitely should have the advantage in the infantry engagements.
Raid's asking, looking to see if they want to play with 8 players, maybe.
Couple predictions. BKS 16-0 West Knights. That's quite bold.
That's a good prediction.
That is a unicorn. If anybody's surprised by that, Juvie saying 13-9 West Knights. I think that's very probable. Something's on that line.
Yeah, I got one from Deacon, looking at 12-10 in favor of West Knights. Go to John, KOA John. He's looking at a 12-7 victory for BKS. And Curvin is showing West Knights taking it, but barely, 13-11 in favor of West Knights.
That's Curvin, though.
Yeah, I know. I feel kind of dirty for even saying the name.
Polluting the stream.
So they're about to swap to the map. It's gonna be not live. I guess both teams just kind of making sure their rosters are correct, make sure their equipment's correct.
So the pressure on this map, or at least for the first set, you got to think is going to be on the West Knight ranged and the West Knight cavalry, because the infantry are going to be in a tough spot and they're going to need help, and they're going to have to be very precise on how they engage BKS and what in all likelihood will be the superior infantry.
Well, I could definitely see BKS just rolling as a big ball of inf around the map, and That's good and that's bad. See, WK will have to spread to try and counter that, but if one or two of their guys gets caught in that BKS ball, it's going to be bad news, and they're going to be down a couple players pretty quick. So I really see, trying to get an archer spread, do some kiting, and leveraging the cav is what West Knights is going to try and do here with Vagers. I think more than anything, they might be trying to rely on their ranged with Lagstro to make the shots. So we'll see how it works out for them.
Looks like everybody's in the server and healthy. Nobody downloading, looks like. So we might have a live. BKS definitely coming in full force.
Kelton has spawned in with a saddle horse and default armor, calling live. Oh, and BKS might be shooting themselves in the foot here with a costly TK. Can they take down the one-player Geldon? And of course, we're just being a little facetious here.
That's great. That's great two-handed technique, though. It may be the wrong target, but it definitely got the power in his swing there. I think Tyrion should look to employ that throughout the match. The two-handed axe.
Well, it goes with his outfit. I mean, you see a Nord in Lord the Jerkin and that Nord fighting helmet, and I think two-handed axe. Oh, this might be all for Geldon. And Geldon somehow amazingly makes it out. Oh, and that's 1-0 in favor of BKS. Calls coming from BKS said they're ready. Perhaps West Knights are about to be ready.
All right. Hopefully we're alive.
And hopefully we get the streamer. There we go. Oh, also, wanted to throw this out there to you. Eman is our cameraman, so me and Blak are coming at you with the commentating, and Eman is handling all the camera work. So appreciate Eman for that. Warband and A bringing you quality streams since 2013.
Well, it appears Blackman cannot have streamer on this server. I will try to do my best to color commentate from this lovely tree.
Just keep spamming them, Blak. BKS is spun on the far backside, shifted over to the left at church, set up in the graveyard. Coming out, BKS 2 archers, looks like 4 infantry, 5 infantry, so no cav for BKS at this point. 5 infantry, 2 archers. WK showing 2 archers as well, 4 cav and 1 infantry. Lagstro takes a hit there, down to about half health. Looks like WK is coming down the middle alley, trying to come on the backside, come up to the backside of BKS. Robert the Bruce flanking up, about ready to peek around the corner, take a shot, and Lagstro takes down Frit with a headshot. Looks like that came from the small gap in the wall there, and somehow that arrow made it through the invisible shield of the wall and tagged Frit in the back of the head. So, yep, WK with a definite archer spread, Kratok sitting on the backside of Lagstro. Now he's moving to Robert the Bruce, give him some cover. Master is spawn far right of BKS, far left of WK spawn. WK definitely in the better position to take advantage of this Master, and they're moving to it pretty quick. BKS is almost back at their spawn. WK about to have Lagstro take the flag, and it looks like WK is going to try and maybe hold BKS in the middle here.
Can't exactly see everything, but the lone archer definitely creating some urgency. BKS needs to move now.
They're making their push. Wily Sly coming in, takes a throwing axe from Joe. Both Geldon and Calamity coming in, throwing axes all around. All three, both Geldon and Wily are hurting. Cav went down in the back. That's PPK in the middle of 3 BKS. Getting 2 hits on raid. Geldon takes down Tyrion with a couch. The BKS trying to push the flag. 40 seconds. It's looking tough for Joe and Van out in the middle there. And PPK is doing a great job of holding up Raid and Harn and African. Robert the Bruce takes down Vanadar. Lagstro gets a headshot on Harn. Joe out in the middle, ballsy of him. He takes down Kratok with 2 Cav and 2 archers on top of him. 3rd Cav comes in, Joe's still up. Goes for the slash, and Calamity finally gets the kill on him.
It's hard to tell exactly what went on there from my angle, but definitely it seems like West Knights utilized their mobility and definitely took advantage of BKS's mostly infantry composition. So by the Master spawning over there, BKS kind of had to move as one, and West Knights just kind of picked them apart. If they had some more cav, BKS might have been able to pressure the archers. There we go.
Hey. Lagstro setting up on the same little area, close to their spawn. He's shifting right. Looks like BKS has moved over to church again. And once again, WK's archer is wrapped to the backside. You got Robert the Bruce and Kratok wrapped in that middle alley, putting a rear flank on BKS. WK Cav just kind of floating back around BKS's spawn. Looks like BKS, if they're thinking about Master, they're hoping for a church, maybe the one by the well, and just moving in mass, taking that church position. Still 2 archers, 5 infantry. And WK still showing 4 cav. Van showing his dislike of the previous flag spawn position. So it looks like they're going to be hoping for a better one this time. Lagstro's actually moved over a little bit further to the right, trying to get some shots, and he's just about to have them. They didn't see him there till both Fred and African were out in the open.
BKS definitely needs to try to gain some more. If they had at least 1 cav, it would definitely help. But they need to locate an archer that is far enough away from the rest of his team and maybe take him out, or else West Knights are going to get angles and decimate them just like last round.
Great master spawn for BKS. They're already on it, right there in the middle by well. WK is actually split here, so while BKS is fighting on 2 fronts, WK, if they try and push in, are not going to be at full force. So the cav is coming in for WK. About to be coming from both sides. The archer pressure is being applied. Wily comes in, misses getting stopped by Harn. Fritigan and African making some hits. Lagstro on their backside about to get some shots. Lagstro takes down Harn from the back. Wily comes in and gets Joe as a massive cav run right through the middle. Tyrion putting up a good fight against PPK, and Lagstro.
Infantry finally coming through for BKS.
Yeah, Van gets a kill on Robert the Bruce. Ray takes down Dawg. PPK finishes off Tyrion. Lagstro picks up African. They're fighting on the stairs there. Ray gets a kill on PPK. Van's pushing Lagstro, but Geln comes in with the heavy horse, takes down Raid. And WK Cav right now is reigning supreme.
Even with the favorable master spawn, BKS not having a cavalry is, or at least one or two, is really hurting them because they just can't take advantage of a spread out West Knights. They're gonna need to pick up one or two cav, and they have one now.
Yep, Van has gone cav. Just one cav though. So BKS still looking to make it work on the ground. Shots coming in early on Frit and African, and Lagstro takes down African with that same spot in the middle of the wall there. Joe and Tyrion getting caught in the back. Looks like Joe took a hit from Gelton while he comes in couched. PPK's horse goes down and Harm picks him up pretty quick with a throwing axe. And that is easy to do. You cannot give BKS much, or they'll definitely take advantage of it. So they've traded 1 for 1. Even teams coming in. Really a cav for an archer.
The fact that BKS was able to take out a cav will definitely work in their favor. If nothing else, BKS now is much more aware of West Knights and possible splits and possible advantages that they could press. And I think when the actual engagement comes down, Vanadar is going to be able to be much more effective on horseback.
Van kind of running for his life. He's got 3 cav on him and an archer shooting at him. Just a normal day at the office for Van. 20 seconds till master. BKS still holding the church. Same spread. Robert the Bruce on the backside. Lagstro holding near the spawn. He's probably shifted over to the right. Yep, he's shifted over to the right. He's actually moving back towards their spawn now. They might be setting up for a far...
Yep, BKS is positioning so that they don't get messed up by a river spawn like that.
And that river spawn pops again. Lagstro with another headshot on Harn. Looks like it missed Frit, but somehow hit Harn, who was looking back for the cav. Jabs coming in from Gelton. Lagstro takes down Van. Calamity comes in couch, picks up Raid, while Robert the Bruce takes down Joe and Frit. Tyrion doing some work, taking down Dawg, but that cav is about to hit, and Wiley finishes it up. That's 3-0 in favor of WK.
At this point, it seems like BKS is just too immobile and is wearing themselves out and getting picked apart, trying to chase West Knights around the map. The 2 master spawns definitely don't help. BKS definitely could have gotten more favorable master spawns, but even then, they're being hurt regardless by their lack of mobility. But now they have 2 cav, so maybe that'll be the number.
2 cav, 4 archers, 1 infantry. Harn still as an infantry. So
I do like the increase in cav, but I'm not sure if 4 archers on Nords is the best strategy. But it might work out for him.
It's gonna be tough. You know, Vagars have 3 rounds so far. Very few deaths. Being able to upgrade armor and horses.
Although they do have the Birnies, the fact that the Vagars are already suited up and have the superior power draw, it's going to be hard. It's going to put a lot of pressure on these BKS archers to be able to win exchanges with West Knights.
And Raid and Van are lagging all over the place. Both of them at 200 ping. So hopefully that'll calm down for them in a minute.
African's lagging too. He's at 136. Oh wait.
Oh wait. They must be Raid and Van must be like seeding downloads of Hell's Kitchen Season 1 or something.
Van seems like he'd be a big Gordon Ramsay fan, but I digress.
Only explanation. BKS is held back with the lagging. WK is taking the initiative to push up on their left flank. Lagstro's made around the corners is able to make shots.
And now comes the church spawn. BKS just can't quite buy some luck. So it's going to be difficult. See if they just go all 4 archers in one group or try to get angles.
They're ping a stall all over the place, so they're kind of doing what they can. They pushed up to middle alley. Gelton's coming in from behind. Doesn't go for the swing on hard. I think there was a little too much pressure from the archers to make a good hit. Vanadar in the back. It's got Wiley, PPK, Calamity on him. Tyrion moves in to help.
Flag's a third of the way up. BKS has to move quick.
Yep, Lagstro and Kratok have already taken the flag. And shots coming in. Tyrion's horse goes down. PPK's horse go down. Van picks him up as he's getting up. Got about a minute till Master's over.
Another horse
Wiley's
goes down.
horse goes down in the middle of a bunch of BKS. African gets a headshot on Lagstro. And the headshot on Wiley's slide. Vanadar comes in. Pressures Robert the Bruce, knocks him down, misses with the slash. Got Gelton's heavy horse to still deal with. Joe gets the kill on Calamity. Got 3 WK up fighting on the flag with a lot of BKS about to come around the corner. Gelton's horse takes a punishment. TK from Joe looked like Tyrion walked right in front of the shot. African picked up Gelton. Kratok and Robert the Bruce, 15 seconds trying to stay alive, keep their gear. Vanadar picking up his favorite weapon, Scimitar. Shots still coming in, 5 seconds. They're trying to wrap this up. BKS takes the flag, gets the kill on Robert the Bruce. Kratok's going to keep his gear.
That was impressive on BKS's part. I mean, because by all rights, West Knights had the better position and should have finished that, but they just out-executed West Knights, specifically African. What, he got 2 or 3 headshots consecutively, despite being pinned in that corner. So BKS just with the backs to the wall, coming out and responding. I think one thing that kind of led to West Knights' demise is I don't think they were expecting the volume of fire coming from 4 Nord archers to be so effective, and I think they were kind of caught off guard by that. But nonetheless, credit BKS, that was a very good round win.
BKS sticking with the 4 archers, 2 cav, 1 imp. WK, same thing, 4 cav, 2 archers, 1 infantry. Looks like WK, Gelton may be having some ping issues as well. And I think Raid and Van fixed all of theirs and gave their extra ping to African. BKS pretty much still holding the spawn, keeping that strong position. The little alcove right there in front of them. About 40 seconds till Master. WK holding back a little bit this time. Last round they had pushed up and were starting to pressure some of BKS, but they're holding back a little bit, looking for the Master, and BKS is on the move, moving right from their spawn. They're on the outside of the wooden fence. I don't think WK has quite spotted them because I see people running when they're about to be shot. Wiley comes in and gets the scout on him, but suffers a shot in the back for it.
I think with this composition BKS is running, West Knights really needs to wait till Master and try to catch BKS in transition and just front them with their infantry and their cavalry and try to get a couple down before they actually reach Master. It's going to be difficult with this spawn though.
Yep, river spawn, BKS running to it. WK Cav, Gelton's coming in the back with not a couch. Calamity's about to come in couched. African's able to block it, so BKS takes the flag spawn early. PPK getting a couch on Joe. Calamity taking out Fredegern. And Laxtra finally comes into play, is able to take out Vanadar. Calamity Couch and African. And this is where all those archers really hurt when you're out in the open field. Harn falls to PPK, Raid in the back, doing what he can against these Cav. Tyrion takes down Geldon, so Tyrion's still making a strong fight against 3WK. Raid in the back making a fight versus 2 Cav. And goes down to a bump lance from Wiley. And that's 4-1 first set in favor of WK.
I think you have to draw attention to the calling of West Knights there. They knew that BKS had the flag advantage, so they went ahead and sent their Cav because they knew they could not let BKS get set up on the hills behind Master, because going up there and getting the kills would be infinitely more difficult. So they went ahead, sent in the Cav, and pressured them so they could not get set up. That was great calling and execution by West Knights. So West Knights ranged, definitely probably the MVP.
Ooh, I don't know. I'd probably go for the Cav there, Blak.
You'd say so? I don't know. I think the early headshots, I don't think BKS ever got a clean 7v7 engagement. Usually West Knights had already tilted the numbers in their favor because of the early shots by Lagstro and Robert Bruce.
I don't think they could deal with that. I think the big issue was dealing with 4 heavy horses in the open field with archers.
Well, honestly, anybody can be a great Cav if they got 3 of their buddies all on horseback and they're going after 4 archers. That's my bold strategy of the day.
So both teams looking like they're ready, about to get the swap. And we'll see if BKS can turn the tables when it comes to them as Vager.
I know BKS does not like to be a copycat, but I think BKS has to approach this map in a similar fashion. Because I think West Knights months ago, you might could win a infantry engagement, even with a inferior faction, but they're too stalwart at this point in their infantry play. So BKS needs to adopt We Are Live.
We are live.
And BKS needs to kind of attempt to kite West Knights, just like West Knights did to them on the last set.
Yeah, West Knights always getting that back position when BKS took that took the church. So West Knights is Nords. They're pushing up the right side. They're on the outside of the wooden fence. Running 2 archers, 3 cav, 2 infantry, and BKS has gone to a pretty much all cav and archer strategy. 3 archers, 4 cav. Looks like Raid's already taken a hit, and Vans took a hit as well. Already down on health.
West Knights might be opting. Oh, what a shot!
Yep, Harngus kill on Geldon. Pretty well executed. Looks like Geldon and Wiley were fighting some of BKS's cav, and then either didn't know they were there or ran right into archers. So that's one down early for WK.
I think waiting for Master at this point favors BKS, since they have an even more pronounced cavalry advantage.
Middle spawn by the well. If I'm BKS, I'm spreading out, letting WK take it. WK actually flanking back. Half their team flanking back to their spawn. Laxter and PBK staying over by the fence. So that's going to put pressure on the back side of BKS.
If West Knights are not going to move in on this flag, I think at about a minute BKS needs to throw someone on there to kind of pressure them. It looks like they are finally going to move on it.
Harn's in a strong position on the stairs. Laxter trying to get some shots. Calamity's horse gets stopped as Tyrion Raid come around the corner. Only thing they're able to net out of it is Harn getting a shot on the horse. Lagstro's still on the backside of the fence. Not applying much pressure to the flag. Raid dismounts, takes the flag, starts raising it for BKS. And Lagstro's gotten in the little break in the wall there, trying to put some shots on it. Wiley comes through, takes a shot from Harn. African gets a headshot on Beer, that's an infantry down. But Wiley backs him up, gets the kill on African. Wiley Sly's horse goes down, as there's a melee going on. Raid and Tyrion taking on PPK and Lagstro with the help of Van. Fertigern takes down Wiley Sly. PPK takes out Raid, and Lagstro picks up Van while he's on the ground after his horse went down. Lagstro, on a sliver of health, falls to Tyrion. And Harn is on the flag with Joe coming in. Fertigern's still up. Robert the Bruce is still up for WK.
Oh, wow.
And Tyrion comes in as PPK is looking around and is able to make the kill. 2v4, 2v5 in favor of BKS here. And BKS takes the round with the flag and managed to get the kills afterwards.
So BKS adopting West Knight's strategy from the previous set and executing it to near perfection. They did exactly as you said. They let West Knights kind of sweat out the flag and eventually moved themselves into a bad position.
West Knight's Cav coming up early, trying to get some jabs on somebody and opening up themselves up to shots. BKS, I don't even think their infantry were there. Basically what that's doing is that's allowing Lagstro, Beer, all of WK to push up on the right side. Lagstro's moved to the middle, so they've kind of boxed BKS back in the back, so using their cav as a diversion to gain some map position. BKS is finally coming up, and I'm not sure if they actually know where WK is or not, but they're about to find out. PPK pushes up, Lagstro right behind them. They're pushing up through the middle.
I like this idea by West Knights to kind of pressure early and make BKS hesitate a little bit. They might be able to get a more favorable engagement for their infantry now.
Well, it works, but they've kind of bottomed themselves up. If BKS can wrap around to their sides, I think they'd be in a bad spot here. Lagstro in the middle trying to get some shots. Nobody's connecting. Robert the Bruce finally gets a shot on Harn, taking him down a little bit. We still have 15 seconds till Master, and already a lot happening in this round. Lagstro on the side trying to get a shot on Tyrion's horse, gets a shot on Tyrion. Van and Raid there looking. Their horse
I don't think it
taking a little
matters
punishment.
which Master spawns. West Knights are going to go in and go after the archers, I think.
West Knight's right on top of the flag.
I think they're giving BKS a chance to win this by sitting back. BKS can get around and just kind of spread out and space out and pick them apart. They need to go in now.
Well, I'd say they've missed their opportunity. They go in, but BKS has already moved, so now they're out of play. Oh, Robert the Bruce with a critical TK on Beer, taking him down once again. Looks like he moved in the middle. Wiley picks up Fertigern with a jav. And PPK picks up Ray with a jav. Wiley takes down Harn. Lystro getting a headshot on Vanadar. PPK taking out Tyrion. African trying to hold in the middle, but PPK comes in the middle of a slew of WK and is able to take him out. And Robert the Bruce gets the headshot on Joe as he's trying to get away.
I think fundamentally West Knights had the right idea there. I think they should have moved on and been a little more confident and executed it a little quicker. But overall, very good strategy, especially for that Master. Because by throwing the cav at him early, it forced BKS to kind of sit back, and BKS was kind of cut off from the ideal positioning for their archers.
Gelton taking down Tyrion early with jabs, and that's the WK Cav and BKS's spawn early on. Trying to leverage that Jav Cav, and certainly able to. Raid's horse goes down, and Calamity tries to come in, but Frick grabs Wiley as he comes by with a headshot. Robert the Bruce takes down hard, and WK is pushed up quick. PPK and Beer on Fritigern in the river. Joe's on their backside and is able to get a hit on PPK. Robert the Bruce is taking out Van when a couch comes in from Gelton and picks up Fritigern. Big TK from Joe taking out Raid there, puts him another man down, and Joe gets hit from Gelton from behind pretty early. And WK going on a very aggressive strategy here against the all Cav, all Archer lineup of BKS.
I really like this calling by West Knights. They're just not giving BKS any time to get comfortable and to get set up and to exchange with the Nord archers.
I think it's a lot of the right call because you and Van just went infantry. Okay. I think it's a lot of the right call because with this many archers, you really have to kind of apply some pressure, and if you can use your cav to do that while your infantry move in, then that's a good move. BKS moving to the right of their spawn. Van's picked up infantry. Looks like most of their archers have shields. Here comes the WK Cav on 3 of them in the open. Gets a hit on Frit. Raid comes in. Couch takes down Calamity's horse, and Harn's able to capitalize on that. Harn gets another good shot on Gelton as Fred, African, and Van try and fall back with the WK ground forces moving in close. Harn gets another Cav. Wiley Sly as he's trying to retreat, and that puts WK down 2. PPK meets Van on the corner with the jabs, pushes him back. Robert the Bruce set up on the stairs in the middle, gets a hit on Van, causing him to fall back. Fritigern is right behind Lagstro and is able to get a shot on him, and Robert the Bruce takes down Tyrion. Lag on the corner, Gelton comes around, hits African's shield. His horse takes a little punishment for that from Joe. WK set up in the middle, and that's a Gelton's horse goes down. Harn picking up the horse. Joe comes in to assist Van and Harn as they're trying to fight off PPK with Robert the Bruce putting pressure, and Robert the Bruce gets shot from the back. Harn takes down PPK. African picks up Gelton. So BKS's range doing some work. You got Lagstro and Beer. Oh, Harn showing he can shoot and melee, taking down Robert the Bruce with the Club of Justice. Lagstro is able to pick up Raid, but Harn takes down Lagstro directly after. And Van gets the kill on Beer when he's surrounded by BKS.
You gotta really admire BKS's resiliency here. They know that Vaegir's by far their best class is archers. So instead of just reacting to the early pressure by just dropping some archers, they're giving their archer shield and they're pressing forward and kind of countering West Knights with their own aggression. And go ahead and forcing their archers into their favorable positions. And the Cav and overall their play was just better. The archers made the West Knights pay for their aggressiveness much better in that last round.
2-2, middle of the second set. WK once again pressing up quick. Van and PPK staring each other down. Some shots coming in, Wiley Sly on the left side, his horse taking a hit. We'll Looks like WK is trying to wrap over to the left side of BKS and have done that. Lagstra and Beer have checked that corner. Thinking about pushing up a little further with Frit taking shots. Looks like Beer's giving a little bait. Lagstra's lining up on the corner. And WK holding that same similar position. Raid's horse takes a shot. African caught in the open, shields up, backs off. BKS has some good depth to their range. They got Harn sitting in the back, ready to support as needed. But both teams looking for Master, which is going to pop any second, and it's a Far River spawn.
I think BKS can move back into their spawn and really punish the West Knights should West Knights decide to be the first group to go for the flag.
West Knights are moving for it. BKS is doing a small delay, maybe trying to let them spread out a little bit.
West Knights aren't really going for it though. Their ground troops are staying in the middle.
African gets the kill on Calamity. That's one West Knight cav down. Harn taking a shot there from behind the tree. Minute 20 left in the round. Wiley, Sly, and Tyrion are fighting over by the river. Wiley trying to utilize the jabs.
In a situation like this, whoever wins this cav engagement could definitely tilt the odds in their favor, because they'll be able to apply pressure.
1 minute left. Sorry. 1 minute left. Neither team going for the flag. 55 seconds. Both teams have got to think about doing something here. And it might come down to Tyrion and Wiley. Tyrion dismounts on the flag. Wiley's there to pressure. So BKS putting all their chips on Tyrion being able to hold this flag for another 30 seconds versus 2 WK Cav. That's a possibility. Raid's coming in to assist Tyrion, coming in couch, takes down Geldon's horse. Wiley's hurting. Jabs coming from Geldon. Harn takes down Robert the Bruce in the meantime. Geldon takes down Raid's horse and hits him while he's on the ground. But 10 seconds left. WK has got to do something big or BKS is going to take this round. 3, 2, 1. Geldon makes it on the flag, but with 2 BKS on the flag, Vagers win it. Wouldn't call that a flag ninja, but that was great flag work. Good setup to take that flag the way they did.
Yeah, the pressure in that situation was squarely on Tyrion and Wiley, because if any of them went down, they were going to put their team in a huge advantage, because neither one of the ground troops for either team were going to be able to make it to that fight. And BKS ended up winning that engagement.
And Geldon certainly could have pushed that in WK's favor, but Raid comes in with the couch and is able to grab his horse. So even though he loses his horse, I think he decided that round by being able to take Geldon's horse down. Raid taking an early shot. Honestly, I'm not sure if that was Harn that shot him, or if a shot came in from the left side.
BKS has Lamellar now, and they are starting to be a little more aggressive.
Lagstra and Beer are hanging out at church, and Raig is taken down by Geldon's jab. Looks like BKS are pressing while half of WK is out of position. Tyrion takes down Robert the Bruce. Fritiger picks up Wiley. Tyrion takes down Calamity. PVK is able to back off while Beer finally makes it back to the engagement. Lagstra is able to get some shots. Oh, Joe picks up Geldon with the jab. Able to pick him up over on the flank. And it is 3 versus 6 in favor of BKS. Vandar pushing in, looking to pressure Lagstro. Imagine the Cavs going to try and hit with them. PPK coming in to take some of the pressure off. Beer stuck in the middle. Lagstro's about to get shot in the back from Frit. There it goes. Just looking at Tyrion, the Cav, the distraction, and Fredigern gets a great shot from behind. Last man standing Beer in the middle of a ton of BKS. And looks like it's going to be 4-2. Even match. Beer's still standing, but BKS finally surrounds him, pins him against the wall, and takes him down.
The execution by both teams has been just absolutely superb in this first half. It's just that there's the calling. Any little mistake made by either team is being exploited. And both teams winning as Vagers and really being able to kind of kite the other team when they go Nords and try to win the game with their infantry. So I mean, it's not really a surprise given the team's depth at both teams' depth at archer and cavalry. So I think this result for the first half was to be expected.
Really, one of the best rounds was that that one master play that BKS did. That was very smart play. Neither team was going for it, and they just played it really well to take the master, making basically, the rest of both teams nullified by getting a guy on master.
Yep.
So we have the choices coming in. Raid has chosen to take random planes. Little guy, what a surprise! BKS picks planes, which is, that's just standard.
I think you're gonna really see some intense. I don't envy Eman because there's gonna be action all over the place on random planes. Because these guys are going to be highly aggressive, and they're going to leverage cavalry and archers to no end on random planes. I keep trying to say open.
Yeah. Yeah. So Eman doing an awesome job so far with the camera, bringing you guys the action. Haven't seen any faction picks yet from WK.
But I think I don't know. I don't know if who I'd give before this match like the mixed map advantage. I feel like both of these teams are just so similar. I guess I would have probably guessed West Knights would have a slight lead since this is their map choice, but actually they do have the lead. 6-5 West Knights, right?
Yep, 6-5 West Knights.
So for their map choice, they only have a 1-round lead. So BKS holding strong. You got to feel good if you're BKS. At the same time, West Knights know they're playing a very high caliber team, so to have a lead at all is something to cherish. I think both teams are very confident and are just gonna continue this what has so far been a very good match well into the second map.
BKS has chosen random planes. West Knights picked the faction Swadia, and BKS chose Saranids as their faction. Makes sense with Nords and Vagers out of the mix. You definitely don't want to be going Cav v Cav with Rodux versus Swadia.
Yes, definitely. And I think Saranids actually should be a decent counter to Swadia. I feel like whoever has Saranids has the advantage because of the mobility of the Cav.
We're about to go live if we get a good roll, which I don't see them keeping this.
It's hilly, it doesn't have cliff texture, or it doesn't appear to, but definitely not your picture perfect flat plains. We might see this one go.
Yeah, this will probably get played. Small hill on the backside, but overall this one's probably looking pretty good. This is the kind of map that you just tell your team to spawn in and treat it like it's live, and then decide after the fact of whether you're going to keep it or not. Raid is called at live. All members of both teams have spawned. WK coming out with all cav except for Achilles, who's on a horse, and BKS showing 3 archers and 4 cav. BKS has a lot of trees that they're going to be able to hug, be able to move through against all of these cav, and also BKS is excellent at using their cav to protect their archers. So they just provide a great amount of cushion and just come in at the right time and are able to dismount as well as get kills when other cav are going for their archers. Looks like West Knights are coming up a little bit, little closer. BKS archers hugging trees. Geln coming in on little guy with Tyrion right there and Raid coming in from the side. Raid's able to fend off Calamity. Up 2 couches, Wiley takes down Fredigern. Beer picks up African, but at the same time Vandar comes in and takes down Wiley right after. Tyrion picks up Calamity. Lagstro takes down little guy, so that's another archer down. Raid dismounts PPK with 2 BKS right there to pick him up. Vandar gets the kill. And right now Achilles is caught in the open with BKS Cav bearing down on him. All of BKS's archers are down, but they still have 4 Cav up. Looks like their Cav is backing off. Four v 4 master spawns. BKS with the mobility moving to it. Achilles on the ground. Taking a little time, but he's not too far out. He's going to be able to get some position on these trees. WK moves 1 Cav to the flag, who quickly comes off, doesn't dismount. BKS is going for that, going for Achilles, going for the range. Geln comes in from behind, gets the couch on Raid, gives them a 1-man advantage. Vandar finally gets the kill on Achilles, but stops Tyrion, and Lagster is able to come in from behind. So that's 2v3, Geln with a great lance. Vandar and Harn versus Beer, Gelden, and Lagstro coming in from behind. Unable to pick it up. Beer very low. I'm not sure how his horse is. Gelden very low. Beer comes in, takes down Van's horse. Van's dismounted, moving to the flag. Harn's at full health. Vandar is about to make it to the flag. Gelden dismounts on the flag, quickly comes off. Beer picks it up. Gelden comes in, tries to get it, but Lagster is able to get the kill, and then turns left and picks up the kill on Harn.
The turning point there in that engagement was actually away from the flag when BKS went all in and tried to remove the crossbow from the scene, and West Knights made them pay with 2 kills on the BKS Cav. So the West Knights, to use the term, light cavalry, definitely coming through there.
BKS making a switch. They've gone all cav to pretty much counter WK's all cav. Achilles is running for the hills. All the WK cav circling around him. Seeing multiple Great Lances and Hunters. How is that possible with 1200? I don't know. We should probably fix that. BKS cav backing off. It's possible we'll be sitting till Master.
BKS with complete map control here. It's going to be difficult for West Knights to to move unless they get a favorable spawn.
Van with jabs up, skirmishing a little bit. Trying to pepper the horses before the engagement. Takes a hit on his horse from the crossbow. Wiley venturing up and then turning back. 5 seconds till master. WK has somewhat positioned themselves in the previous master spot. Sounds like Van's horse took another hit, and they gambled wrong. It's actually back over to their right, BKS's left. All the cav are going for it. BKS dismounts one on the flag, Harn, who quickly remounts as the cav comes in. And now it's a full-on cav battle. Little guy sitting on the flag, raising it for BKS. Taking 2 hits. Takes a couch from Wiley Slide to his shield, able to stock Lagstro and PPK. Geln comes in from behind and picks it up. Still a lot of WK horses up, a lot of BKS horses up, and the it switched. Lagstro's now raising the flag for WK. Ferdinger gets a kill on PPK. Van couches and takes down Lagstro's shield. So that's Lagstro without a shield sitting on the flag. Harn gets dismounted, runs to a tree. Tyrion almost gets caught from behind and gets taken down by Wiley Sly and that Great Lance. Lagstro takes down African, but Harn is shifted over to the flag. 37 seconds. Harn gets taken down by Calamity. Calamity takes down Frit. Geln takes down Vanadar. And the Great Lances are showing their greatness.
Yep. However you want to explain it away, West Knight's winning the cavalry, the dog fighting. So whatever advantage they have, they need to hold on to it and keep replicating it. So there's nothing really much more to say other than a massive cav engagement and just individual skill and experience.
And Great Lances.
And Great Lances being your friend. It's definitely a lot of fun to watch. The onus is definitely on Eman though, because it's utter chaos.
Yeah, keep track of this, Eman. If you don't, you're fired. And after this, he's gonna be like, "Please, God, fire me, put me out of my misery." Both teams still feeling each other out. Achilles is still on the ground as a crossbow.
BK's losing a cav.
Harn gets dismounted in the back. Van gets a hit on Wiley's horse. Beer comes in couched, isn't able to capitalize. That puts Harn on the ground, really not far from Achilles. So might be able to move in and put some pressure on him.
I think West Knights don't necessarily have to get the kill here. I think they just need to back Harn up into the corner. So if a master spawns, he's out of play. They don't need to lose anybody trying to go for the kill.
Yeah, Tyrion's horse gets stopped, and he takes a hit for it. Master pretty much in the middle.
Oh wow!
Yep,
West Knights.
Horse goes down. PPK gets taken out. Wiley's on the ground as well. Another horse down. Calamity gets a couch on Little Guy. So another skirmish going on back towards the flag. And BKS Cav have moved off of the left Wiley, who has picked up Beer's horse. Beer's now on the ground. Calamity gets dismounted. Joe comes back, isn't able to get the kill. Lagstro comes in with a thrust. Joe's able to block it. Frit and Lag going head to head. Finally going, Tyrion takes down Calamity as he's trying to protect Achilles. Lagstro comes in from behind, isn't able to pick up Harn, but Wily comes in, takes down Tyrion. Lag finally picks up Harn on the reverse sweep. Joe takes down Wily. Lag is in a lot of armor, but hurt, and Gelton's able to take down Joe. Beer's still on the ground with Frit. Gelton and Lagstro are still up. Van and Raid are still up. 45 seconds. Fredegern's moving towards Master. Gelton with the maneuverability and the range of that Great Lance. And he gets stopped, gets couched from behind. Didn't go down, but hurting big time and loses the advantage. Lagstro's horse goes down. He's got to be on a sliver of health now. 18 seconds, BKS is going to have to wrap this up. Vanadar wraps up Lagstro. Fredegern presses in towards the flag, gets a kill on Gelton. The flag is slightly in WK's favor, and they need to take down Beer quick.
Yep,
4 seconds,
they got it.
3, boom.
Well, I don't think they had to get the kill necessarily. Or actually, they did, didn't they?
Yeah,
they had
Beer's,
2 on the flag.
If Beer's standing on that flag, yeah. If Beer's standing on that flag was higher, so...
So, BKS got the cav at one point. BKS had, I think, +3 as far as cavalry with live horses. But they lost a couple, and it was starting to look like they might throw the round, but some clutch play when the numbers got low, and BKS pulls it out. So kind of 1 for 1 in these massive dogfights. So no clear-cut advantage for either team so far.
Little guy gets dismounted in the middle. That's one cab down early for BKS. Wily's horse took a jab from Vanadar early on. Little guy's shifting over to the tree adjacent to him, while the WK calves circling around behind him. Shouts are coming in from Achilles. I guess this is kind of where it pays to have one man on the ground with one range unit. BKS Cav just encircling little guy, getting him to back off, trying to keep the man up. Frit almost gets couched by PPK when he was going for Wily. Just barely able to make it out of there.
$20 seconds to master, and it doesn't look like anything. It doesn't look like this round's going to be any different from the last one.
If I were a little guy, I'd kind of hold up there, wait and see where this master's going to pop, because...
Yep. He's kind of centralized. He's got 2 trees over there helping him out.
Couch coming from behind on Frit, and Gelton pulls it up and is able to get the lance thrust on him, takes down Frit, and there goes Lil guy to PPK. BKS Cav come in and trying to take down the horse, but unable to. Calamity gets a hit on Van, and Lagstro gets a kill on Van as he wraps around. There's 3 BKS down. All of WK's Cav are still up. Achilles coming in. Dude must have straight up sprinted. That guy's a track star running in, getting the shot on Tyrion. Calamity takes down Joe.
I don't think anybody was predicting the lone crossbowman to actually be a key player in this fight.
Be viable.
But props to Achilles.
Dude, track star.
I almost forgot West Knights had a crossbowman.
Raid's horse goes down, and Calamity gets the kill among 3 other WK Cav. So strong Cav presence for WK. Heavy horses, great lances, kind of ruling the day here.
So unless my my math is off here, should BKS lose this next round and West Knights take this set 4-1, then BKS would be forced to 4-0 to tie on the next set. So crunch time definitely for BKS.
Yeah, there's definitely a situation where you want to pick up a couple more rounds, especially with how close the first map was. PPK, Kemen and Couch almost picking up Van's horse, but Van's able to evade it. Raid comes in, Couch misses PPK's horse. Fritiger with some jabs trying to whittle away at PPK's horse. Everybody's after PPK's horse. Oh, and Harn comes in and gets the Couch on Beer. Looks like it got reared on a tree and Harn was just coming in from behind. One cav down for WK. PPK comes in, Couch takes down Tyrion's shield. And 3 BKS cav jumping on Wiley as he comes in at Tyrion. And that's where they can be really dangerous when they're grouped like that. Gelton taking out Bojangles, who I'm glad is in the match because I just like saying Bojangles. And Achilles has come into play on the back side, making shots on some horses. Harn comes around Couched, and Raid from the other side, both missing. Gelton coming in Couch on Raid's right side. Raid sees it, evades. WK Cav is now falling back to Achilles, trying to keep him alive, let him reload.
Fritiger goes down.
Fritiger's horse goes down. PPK's horse gets taken down and Tyrion takes him out. Master has popped. Fritiger 1, 2 from Wiley and Lagstro. Couches, thrusts, and
BKS needs to take this fight away from the crossbowmen immediately.
crossbow shots everywhere. Harn hanging in the back. I wonder if he might be eyeing Achilles. Oh, Calamity comes in and takes down Joe. The fight's going down on the flag. Shot's still coming in, but from that range, he could very easily hit a teammate as well as he could an enemy. Gelton on a heavy horse. Great lance. Tyrion takes down Wiley.
BKS might want to turn on the crossbow now.
1 minute left, and looks like that's what they're doing. Van, Raid coming in Couched. Van pulls off. Tyrion comes in Couched. Shield still intact. Harn's horse takes a hit for it. Tyrion moving to the flag. They're gonna let Achilles sit behind that. Yep, good stop. Raid's able to pick up Gelton from behind. Tyrion picks up the heavy horse. Tyrion back to dismounting on the flag. And this one looks like it's gonna go, well, anyone's game. 25 seconds left. We'll see how this goes. Lagstro up. Gets reared from behind. Raid comes in. Calamity's still on his horse. You know BKS wants to take that down. Maybe whittle his armor and his great lance down a little bit. He comes in trying to protect Achilles. Achilles glancing hit from behind. And BKS wins the round. Tyrion mounts that heavy horse again. Both Achilles and Calamity are going to get away with their equipment. And BKS fighting back.
So kind of a similar scenario for this round. BKS kind of, I don't know, a couple of their members are falling early. And then I don't know whether West Knights are getting too comfortable or BKS is just kind of buckling down, but BKS rallies back despite losing 1 or 2 guys early. And really, Achilles has been doing his best. I think he's doing about as good as he can, but it's hard to stay in the fight when you got so many cav moving all over the map. And BKS might numerically be have prevailed because of the expo. That's one less cav to worry about.
They were doing a good job of keeping him pressure, but at the same time, not taking many shots from him. And I think that's where the crossbow kind of hurts. He just doesn't have the rate of fire to punish them if they come in. Like their Raid's horse takes a shot, but by the time he reloads, Raid's just way out of his range.
So towards the end there, definitely BKS was utilizing the agility of their horses and having one guy kind of set up a West Knight cavalry, get the stop, and then a BKS would follow up behind and finish the kill.
Some skirmishes around the map.
Interesting to note, we're by no means not used to Lagstra being on the top of the scoreboard for West Knights, but he is 9-2 as a cavalry.
Big there. African takes down Beer. His horse gets stopped, and African gets the kill on him. But Calamity comes in from behind and picks up Tyrion, basically in practically the same engagement. And Fritigern's here trying to pick up the Great Lance. Wily Sly trying to deter that greatly. And the flag is spawned in the middle. Cab break off the flag. Wily's coming in from behind. Fritigern gets a couch on Gelton. Van gets a kill on PPK. Calamity comes in from behind and takes down African. Achilles still trying to hold his tree. Pulled out his crossbow to reload. Fritinger hits the stop on Cow. Throws some jabs, isn't able to capitalize. Van comes around on a stop. Wily hits the passive shield from the back. Van's horse goes down from Cal and the Great Lance, but Achilles finally goes down to Fritigern. Wily Sly takes down Fritigern's heavy horse, and Calamity comes in from behind, but gets picked up from Joe in the middle of at the very end of his thrust. And Laxtro is your last remaining WK Cav.
Very crisp execution there from not West Knights, BKS. The previous rounds have all been pretty much toss-ups, but this one was decisively BKS.
They're doing the jab distribution. Make sure everyone gets their jabs. Raising the flag. And if I were them, I'd definitely be out there dismounting Lagstro.
I don't know if I don't think West Knights. I think West Knights can hang with them in this dogfighting style, but I think West Knights need to kind of throw a curveball for the next round. I think they need to get some ground troops, specifically some one or more range units. Assuming they can utilize their left side and the hills and the trees. It's a little risky, but I think that the change of pace might catch BKS off guard a little bit. Because Achilles definitely has been doing a very good job of surviving and remaining effective. And you have to believe Lagstra would do the same thing. But looks like they're going to stay with mostly Cav.
Really all Cav, even Achilles this round is Cav, so Cav 7v7. Lagstra's horse taking a jab from Van early. Van give him a little salute there. Random skirmishing going on. And with all Cav, both teams, you gotta assume that this probably won't go down to Master. Tied up 3-3 in the third set. BKS fighting back from a down 3-1.
So overall score would be 9-8, correct? Favoring West Knights?
Seems legit. I don't know that math stuff, Black Magic. Raid's horse going down early. Beer comes in. 3 other WK Cav there trying to pick him up. BKS Cav swarms quickly. Calamity takes a hit but is still up. Van's horse gets reared. Reared. All these words. Fritiger gets a stop on Lagstro, but gets caught in the middle of multiple WK Cav. His horse gets taken down.
Horse is going down left and right for BKS.
Yep. Joe's horse goes down. Looks like the 3 ground troops for BKS are huddling up. Master
West Knights,
spawn's far from him.
West Knights have the cav advantage here. I think they need to send Wiley in, make them well.
And Vandar comes in and picks up Calamity. Looks like maybe got stopped. PBK picks up Harn. And Laxtra takes down Tyrion. Beer came in on the backside of Vandar, gets a hit, but isn't able to seal the deal. Fertigern takes down Achilles. Still a 5v5. BKS is just missing a couple of horses. Fertigern gets a jab on Lagstra from behind. Beer comes up and picks up Joe. PPK on the ground, no shield. Beer hovering over, trying to keep him alive. Fertigern raid on the ground. African Van still on their horses. Kradok's horse gets reared. Stopped, and Van comes in and gets the kill.
Either PBK has to go in, make BKS put their spears up, or Kradok can't get caught like that. He can't be going in.
Fertigern. Oh, that was Key Wiley. Misses with the thrust from behind, but PPK is able to capitalize with the horse bump. Raid making the stand. Van trying to help out, but between the horse bump and PPK, Raid goes down.
African is on the flag, and it's going up with 25 seconds left.
Still 2 WK Cav left. And this may be similar to what we saw on Reverend Village. Beer dismounts, pressure in African. Van comes in couch, takes his shield down. Wiley comes in couch, takes down African shield. Van looking to wrap up Beer. And
wow.
BKS wins. Wow. That clock management.
The clock management was key there, but it's just to show you how neck and neck this match has been so far. Both the ground troops lost their shield at the same time, and Beer, even though I believe it was Wiley got the bump on African, Beer could not go for the kill, or else he was going to get Vanadar's lance in his back.
Yep. So
everything just tight and tense. This has been an extremely cutthroat match so far. No room for error.
This one will probably get Reed. Both teams are spawning in though.
So we have a tie match here, correct? 9-9. Yep.
Wiley calling live. And Fertigern didn't spawn. Yep, and we do need streamer. Very important. Good man, Eman. Now I like this map.
I would say I don't know, I'm gonna look real hard. There might be some cliff texture. Oh, there must have been.
Well, I couldn't see it. Pretty standard random planes rerolls here.
This map should probably be more appropriately named Rock Plains.
I've always liked the planes with rocks on them. I don't know why.
I don't know if Raid knows this, but I don't think rocks are necessarily give you a free reroll.
That was a cliff texture there.
Another cliff texture.
This reminds me of like a nasty finals or something. Just re. Hey, we might have a map here. Kind of a big hill there. I don't see any cliff textures on it though.
probably going to be live. Gildan at 200 ping.
Here comes the streamer. All cav BKS, 5 cav WK, 2 archers. So it looks like BKS is definitely looking to leverage some hunters. Up, Harm with a Great Lance. So hunters and Great Lancer too. Achilles and Lagstro picking up range for WK. The other 5 cav.
So West Knights have the hill, but BKS definitely has the trees. Not that it matters for BKS, they're all cavalry. If West Knights try to get their archers into the trees, I don't think they will. But I think that's when BKS might consider trying to hit them.
A little fun banter in between the 2 teams. It looks like we get a reroll. I wouldn't say this is terribly better. It is a little better. I'll give him that. So if you'd like to see how that goes down, BKS explained that it was okay with them if they re-rolled it. And then Wiley let everyone know that Calamity says no rees are allowed. Ray then proceeded to explain to Cal to not be a vagina. And then from there we got a re-roll, so I think everybody's happy. Fun little exchange there. So once again, all cav BKS, 2 range for WK. Got about a minute till master pops. Number of trees on this map, and WK still has a hill on their back. Looks like the archers are moving up onto the hill. So like I said, a little better, but not terribly better, but I seriously doubt they're going to re-roll here. A couple of Great Lances, hunters for BKS. A number of coursers as well. That's a little different setup than what we saw from WK.
West Knights definitely want the master spawn to be either in their spawn or off to their left. Definitely don't want it to be on the right side. So there'd be no support from them for them.
Tyrion almost getting caught from with Craddock and Beer, and his horse taking a little punishment from Lagstro there. Master spawns, looks like it is off far in the open, far away from
a lot
WK's
of
ground. Yeah.
A lot of ground to travel for West Knights.
So it'll be on WK's cav shoulder to try and get those archers over there. I can definitely see BKS, watching them, trying to make a hit while they're moving. In the meantime, BKS have Harn dismounted on the flag, getting it raised preemptively. Pretty smart move with the distance that they had to travel. PPK is coming in, looking to get a couch, but Joe's couching to take him off of it, and a swarm of BKS cav comes in to protect Harn on the flag. Ray gets a little stop, a little love tap from Wiley from behind, but nothing serious. Harn's still on the flag, dismounted. Bojangles picks up the kill on PPK. Harn, Wiley Sly is going to dismount on the flag. Immediately gets hit from Tyrion from behind, and gets taken down by Joe. Tyrion comes in, takes down Craddock, and things are fastly moving in BKS's favor. The only thing is WK's two archers are finally coming into play, getting some shots on the flag, but their cav is just falling too fast. Vandar takes down Beer. Calamity's on the ground fighting Harn with 2-3 cav around him. Raid's on the ground as well next to Harn. That's 3-4 BKS got dismounted, and now Calamity's fallen, and the BKS cav are going to take out these archers.
BKS, time and time again, they've been in this scenario 1,000 times, and they know exactly what to do. And West Knight's got a little too zealous, trying to take out the Great Lance dismounted cavalrymen on the flag.
And that would be an ace. Sorry, it's a... Yeah. Yeah, Raid let me know that was an ace. It's a little thing we did earlier. Sorry, we couldn't share that together, Blak.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop. I'm kind of hurt.
Change for WK, all cav. All cav, all
no,
cav.
They got Achilles on Archer.
Look at Achilles.
Evidently, Achilles, when he was growing up in the kingdom of West Knights, never really learned to ride a horse, so he's stuck jogging it out on foot.
That's okay. He's a spunky little fella. I mean, he moves across the map pretty good. Must have had one of them energy drinks or something.
Oh, one of them energy drinks.
Do I really sound like that, Blak?
I mean, you sound like someone who might be off their meds a little bit.
Oh boy, it is late, and I've been talking a lot today, so.
Little guy disowning Bojangles since he bought a heavy horse, which is not in line with BKS tradition.
I don't think any of this these days is in line with BKS tradition. Beer getting caught by 5 BKS. PPK trying to come in to save him. He somehow almost weaseled his way out. His horse still taking damage. And Kratok picks up Joe, who was looking back.
This?
That's a heavy horse. Calamity comes in, couches it. And surprised he's not picking it up. Master spawns. And PPK comes up, picks up Bojangles, who looks like got reared on a tree. PPK's horse goes down shortly after. Wily Sly is on the flag, getting it raised for West Knights. Shots are coming in from Achilles on the side. Looks like Raid's heading over to pick him up. Achilles gets a shot on his horse, and Van comes in from behind. Raid's horse goes down. Achilles gets a slash on him. In the meantime, Calamity's picked up Tyrion. Achilles takes down Raid with Lagstro coming back to support. So not able to take down the archer. African falls to Lagstro. Vandar falls to Calamity. Harn fighting back a little bit, picks up Lagstro. That'll keep some upgrades from happening. 53 seconds. Flag is almost capped for WK. Achilles wraps up Harm with a jumping slash.
I'm gonna be honest. I was a little biased towards the last few seconds there because I didn't want Achilles to have to run all that way across the map and then just get bump slashed down. So I was kind of pulling for him there. I'm not gonna lie. But BKS kind of losing prior to master spawning, kind of losing a lot early, and couldn't come back like they've been doing for most of this half.
Not to mention they couldn't really capitalize on trapping Beer with all their guys there.
Yep.
Beer just slipped away. That maneuverability. So BKS has actually shifted. They picked up 2 ranged units. So looking to maybe take down some of these horses with a couple of crossbow shots. PPK taking a shot to the shield from Fredegern. And Couch is coming in. Joe's horse goes down. Calamity comes in from the couch, isn't able to grab it. And PPK picks up Joe, who was searching for a target. Fredegern gets knocked down amongst 3 cav and gets hit in the back. Harn takes down PPK and Lagstro, with most of the focus around Fredegern and African here. Craddock finally comes in, picks up Frit. African looking around, searching, got hit double tap from behind, and shots are coming in from Achilles. Tyrion takes down Wiley, so BKS definitely still in this. Looks like a 4v4. Achilles with a great headshot on Van, who looks like he was coming in, couched it to get the kill, but Harn comes in, takes down Achilles. So that's, we're 3 cav, 3 cav. Tyrion's horse gets stopped. Horse gets taken down. Raid's in the mix to try and save him. Craddock's horse gets stopped, along with Harn. Raid comes in from behind. Beer comes in couch, just barely misses. Craddock off to Harn's side. Master is spawned, but BKS's ground is nowhere close to it. Tyrion dismounted there without any shoes. Buy the man some shoes. Beer takes down Tyrion, and in the meantime, Ray's horse gets dismounted. All 3 of WK's horses are still up. Harm with a great kill on Craddock, and Raid's able to mount the horse. 1 minute till Master. 2 WK cav up. Harm running.
I don't think Harn needs, or Raid should have even kind of trotted off towards the flag. I think they need to keep West Knights away from the flag as much as possible. But now West Knights are going for it.
Yeah, 45 seconds. Harn is definitely going to make it. Raid just kind of needs to keep his horse here. Beer killing his horse. Comfortable to fight melee on the flag. So Raid versus Cal on horses. Beer with a slight. And Calamity's coming in couched on Harn. And with the bump, Beer's able to get it. So Calamity's able to couch and bump. And Raid's horse goes down as he's dismounting, and Calamity's able to get the kill.
So West Knight's kind of turning the table. BKS, not BKS rather. West Knight's being the ones to kind of to grow some patience and get the advantage and then execute at the flag. So it's just a testament to how evenly matched these teams are. I mean, even now the score is only one round in favor of West Knights. So this is going down to the wire. There's not much to say other than just raw cav on cav dogfighting.
Warbin and A bringing you raw cav on cav action.
I was going that way, but I realized it wasn't coming off too well.
And the big thing here, Frediger and African still pulling range duty, but getting caught out in the open. Now finally moving to the trees. Calamity comes in and both the range units are down. Lagstro's horse got stopped. Frit tried to get a slash on him from behind, but wasn't able to capitalize, and shortly after got couched. Raid picks up Achilles, so that's WK's archer down. So it is a 6v5. Raid's horse gets reared, but he's able to get out.
You're starting to see BKS kind of get a little aggressive and going maybe a little too much for the kill, and running into each other and running into other cav and getting stopped. And West Knight's making them pay for it. Kind of the reverse of the last set. Perhaps it's part of the psychology of having a Great Lance.
Oh, that was a great move by Joe. Joe got reared by PPK, Calamity comes in, but moves PPK so that he rears Calamity, and then wraps around and takes down PPK's horse. Meanwhile, Master spawn on the far side, PPK sprinting for it. 5 cav still up for BKS. 5 cav up for WK with 1 ground unit. Lagstro moving towards the flag. Wiley quick behind him. Tyrion coming in behind Wiley. Isn't able to capitalize from behind. Beer's horse goes down. With Vanadar trying to get the hit. Not able to get anything from it. Tyrion's horse gets reared. Kratok comes in from behind. Almost gets him, but Tyrion turns and is able to stop it. Joe takes down Lagstro. And Harm picks up PPK, who had made it to the flag. Beer's dismounted on the flag. Raid's dismounted on the flag. Tyrion picks up Wily Sly. Joe takes down Calamity. He's shifting in BKS's favor quickly. Kradok's still up. Beer falls to Joe. And Kradok's the last man standing. Oh, Kradok. I can't watch.
Kratok really gonna have to channel the power of the stash to make it out of this one.
Okay, I peeked a little bit, and the man is making a stand against all these BKS cav. Finally falls to Tyrion. So that's tied up.
There's nothing really to say other than just sit back and watch, because I mean, I don't think we've had consecutive rounds won yet since we've been playing on Random Plains. I think West Knights may have won 2 in a row. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's just back and forth. No one's really coming out and dominating these cav on cav dogfights.
Just a huge power struggle from both teams. So, really great match. WK sticking with Achilles as an archer. BKS has shifted back to an all cav, so no longer 2 crossbows on the ground. I think it would have worked for him if they would have just kept him in those trees early instead of getting caught out in the open like that. Of course, they could have just been trying to use him for bait, but looks like 2 WK cav kind of getting caught behind lines, trying to make their way out. Oh, that and BKS has picked up 2 Serenade horses. So Swati and riding skill with a Serenade horse. Strong combo. Achilles positioned himself in the middle. Making some shots a little bit behind Harn over on that side there. A couple of cav getting stopped, but nobody capitalizing on the skirmishes. Little guy gets a small hit on PPK's horse, damaging a little bit. BKS moving dangerously close to Achilles, but not looking to make the hit yet. Master's just now popped. Far off behind. Little guy coming in trying to pick up Achilles, and barely makes it out. Cav skirmish going on in the middle. Wiley going for Joe's horse, misses. Kradok couch coming in behind Joe, isn't able to capitalize. PPK's horse goes down, and Fredegern's there to pick it up with the Great Lance. Lagstro picks up Joe, who got reared, but Fredegern immediately picks up Lagstro as he's pulling away. Tyrion takes down Beer, and Harn takes down Calamity. So, shots are coming in from Achilles, and Harn comes in and takes down Wiley as well. Kradok's horse is up. It barely makes it out, and now the BKS cav are pouncing on Achilles, who is making a stand, but does not last very long. Kradok once again last man standing.
Do you think he gets extra hit points from that stash?
Well, he's got to. I mean, that's just a natural law of the universe. Doing well, taking down, looks like Raid's horse.
We'll see.
TK on raid.
We'll say he forced that team kill.
I'm gonna credit the stash with the TK. Tyranny coming in, making up for it, and getting the slash on Kratok. And BKS is one round away from taking this match.
So it's back and forth, back and forth. Neither team has won consecutive rounds on this this set. So if the pattern holds, West Knights are going to win this round, and BKS will take the final round.
This is a big shift from West Knights. 3 archers, 2 infantry, 2 cav, versus an all cav BKS.
And now that some of the BKS, Raid's on a course, Raid and Tyrion are on coursers. And now that some of the BKS are on Serenade horses, the archers can be somewhat effective, since those Serenade horses cannot take too many shots.
There's a lot of cav and they're way out in the open.
They're getting aggressive early.
And BKS is hitting early. Vandar comes in, couches Calamity from behind.
That's just precision cav work.
African takes out Lagstro. Fredigan gets Achilles. Robert the Bruce. Joe picks up PPK. Beer falls to raid, and that is a GG. Vandar taking out Wily Sly. Just a serious shift, and really got caught out of position. I mean, if you're gonna do that, at least roll through the trees to give yourself some cover from the cav as you advance.
Well, I've got a headache just from following all of this cav action, to be honest. The BKS, in the end, pulling it out, kind of backing up the their light cav dogfighting bravado, and even though West Knights definitely put up a fight and it was very close.
Absolutely, BKS coming back from a 3-1 in the third set to take it 4-3, so a strong comeback there, and showing they can use Great Lances too when it came time for them to be Swadia. But really, most of the work was done. Most of the big stuff was done by BKS in that second set, which was real pivotal for them. They went down 4-1 pretty early, and actually lost 2 rounds early in the second set, but were able to fight back and finish it up and take the set 4-3, which is really what made this so close.
God, that was such a close. It's still kind of just settling in how close that match was. I'm curious. I might actually go back and watch the stream. I'm curious how many actual overall match lead changes there were. There had to be at least 3 or 4.
Well, WK had it pretty early, yeah. WK was ahead. BKS fought back. Third set is when they really tied it up, and then from there it was just a back and forth power struggle until this last round. So great match. Awesome camera work by Eman. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that, and appreciate co-host Blak. Glad we can bring these streams to you guys, and hope you're definitely enjoying them. Last thought, this leaves really the UNAC Final Four wide open. So going into these last couple of weeks is it's really awesome. It's a pivotal. Every match is important, which is a great thing. Which I think is a great thing about any tournament. So the excitement is just building until we go into the finals.
So I'm going to try to give you some accurate, an accurate overlook of the standings here.
Got to be quick, Blak. I'm old and it's late.
I'm sorry, Mad Dog. Quickly, West Knights move to 8-2 as well. BKS moves to 8-2, so that creates 4 teams at 8-2, below GA, who stands at 9-1, and they still have a match with Valiance. So Valiants will play GA, and that will be, I guess, that could have playoff or elimination round implications.
Yep,
I do
absolutely.
know that. I do know that Valiants, I think, have the lowest round wins to round loss ratio of all the 4 teams at 8-2. We'll double. I'm sure Craddock and Calamity will update that, and we'll be able to get an accurate statistics on that. But so we got a log jam for second place, and GA is sitting at a very, very shaky first place. And I believe GA with versus Valiants is going to be streamed, correct?
Yes, it is.
All right. So you guys should definitely tune in to watch that.
Yep, check it out next week. And for today, that is it. Warband NA signing out.
Thank you very much.